Another one of these Samsonite train cases sold. This one was at the end of a driveway at a garage sale for free. So I just picked it up on my way out and got home, found that it's pretty good shape. Had the key, the makeup tray, fairly clean, a little red stain there. A little beat up on the outside, a few scuff marks. I priced it pretty cheap at just $25 and it only took a day to sell. Well, this is the second one in a couple of weeks that I've sold. This is a pair of campfire cooking utensils called Toast Tight. You can read it there. You put your little pastry confection or whatever you want in there. I've seen people just put slices of bread with filling in there and then just toss it in the fire. And I found these at a big garage sale, big yard sale, all sorts of weird crap. None of it was any good, but I did happen to get these two for $1. And they took about a month to sell, and they sold for $60. I think I'm getting complacent. I almost passed on this Executor Travel Bar, Travel Bar. It was only $5, and I go, boy, I've sold those before. Sometimes they take a while, but actually sometimes they don't. This one was complete. Got the little cups with the Trojan emblem on there, and the faux antler-handled bottle opener. And this unit sold for $60. This is a trucker hat commemorating the 50th anniversary of South Dakota, featuring the faces of Mount Rushmore and Timberwolf there. And I've had this hat for a long time. It just came with a bunch of other hats I got probably a couple of years ago. And I've had it up for $25 for a long time, hoping, because I see these South Dakota souvenir hats all the time out here. Thought it would bring the money, but after this long, I was glad to take a $10 offer for it. This is an item I see every now and then at a garage sale. It's a sort of an off-brand AudioVox CD player, portable CD player. Still sealed in the blister pack. And this took about 3 months to sell, but I got $40 for it. Another trucker hat sold. I think I bought this earlier this spring for $1. It's a Department of Justice. Looks about brand new. I completely forgot about this one. Nice vintage made in the USA hat. And it sold for $40. And then this hat, featuring the Japanese baseball team, the Kintetsu Buffaloes. I've had this hat since 1985, I believe. A friend of mine went to Japan and brought this back for me, and I never wore it. It just sat on a shelf, basically. And I finally came across it emptying a box, and I did a little research. These are going for a lot of money. This one finally sold for $100. This is a surveyor's tripod. Put your surveying equipment on top. It's K&E brand. Even got a dimension on there. A little easier to tell on the computer screen. But I found this at the auction. Nobody's bidding on it, and I got it for $2.50. Thinking I might even refinish it and, you know, make a lamp out of it or something, but after a year of having this in my garage, I finally decided to put it up, and it sold right away. And this sold for $80. This is a leather vest I found last year, actually, for probably $3 or $4. It's a Western Frontier XL. Pretty nice shape, snap front. It's got these diagonal pockets, and it finally sold for $40. This is a C.C. Filson Mackinac shirt jack. I found this at a church sale last week for $5, along with another one. The other one is not a buffalo plaid pattern like this one, but these are always gold. C.C. Filson. And like I said, it only took a week to sell. Sold while I was on vacation for $150. I found this trucker hat at a garage sale earlier this year for $1. I thought it was kind of cool. Well, for me mostly, because when I was in the Air Force stationed out at Ellsworth Air Force Base next to Rapid City, that was my Honda dealer. And it's in really good shape. I don't know how old it is actually, but it's your typical mesh back foam front trucker hat. I priced it at 20 bucks, and while I was on vacation, somebody was trying to get it for 10 and kept going back and forth. I finally let them have it for $14. This is a Western Electric Bell rotary wall phone. Pretty good shape, no cracks or anything. It's got typical scratches from use, but came with an ugly white cord on there. And a couple of years ago I bought a box of telephone supplies, including a lot of coiled cords like this, and so I put this new cord on it, and it only took a week to sell, and I got $60 for it. This is a contemporary Dark Side of the Moon Pink Floyd hat. Found this at a garage sale for 25 cents, and they don't sell for that much, but I was able to get $20 for this one. This is a remote control for a Bose Wave system. We got this at a garage sale for like $1. It's still brand new. Don't know if the battery's any good, but it's in a sealed package. And I figured these would be worth a lot of money if you lost yours and you still had a good working Bose Wave sound machine. And sure enough, this sold for $40. Sometimes it takes me a while to get around to listing things. I've had this for about 3 years. With a bunch of other stereo equipment. I acquired this box for a Philips cassette player, and it's just the leather case for the cassette player. There's also a little microphone and earpiece in there as well. But just the original box and the leather case for that cassette recorder sold for $50. This is a vintage bicycle headlight and AM radio. Works really good. Normally I don't ship stuff with batteries in it, but they were in there already, so I just left them in there. But this one is missing the bottom half of the mount for the handlebars, but it's pretty clean. Everything works on it, and it sold for $40. I found this vintage phone index that you can put your phone right on top of last year, and it finally sold this year for $30. Kind of cool. You just pull it open, when the phone is on there. It gives you the letter that you pulled. This one was blank, it looked unused. We paid $2 for this. Again, it sold for $30. This is a 2-barrel intake manifold for a Ford 5-liter 302 V8 engine. It's just a 2-barrel, and it sold for $50. I have a 4-barrel version of this, which is original equipment from Ford, and I've got that priced at $200, much more desirable. But nice to see this one go for the $50 I got for it. Another railroad book sold. This is covering the Milwaukee Road, narrow gauge, in-gauge trains, and this sold to somebody in Wisconsin, Janesville, Wisconsin, and this sold for $50. This is a glass block lamp, TV lamp is what they usually use them for, and it's just a simple ceramic base with this glass block. Apparently people like to put things inside the glass block, maybe stickers or whatnot. Actually, I think what they do is they will do some sort of gravel art as well. Lots of things to do with this vintage TV lamp, and I found this at a garage sale for just 50 cents, and it sold for $30. Another auto part. This is a wheel center off a Pinto. This is used, but it's in very good condition, and this sold via Shop America, which is one of those shipping companies for overseas buyers, and they always, of course, send an accompanying email stating that they want the item number on the outside of the package so they can easily direct it to the right place. In any case, this sold for $60. This is a Stratego game, Lord of the Rings version, and it's been partially open. I don't know if it's been played because none of these characters have been punched out, and only some of the stickers have been applied to the plastic pieces. In any case, I've had this a very long time. Games seem to be very slow movers. They used to sell very fast. Maybe I'm just still overpriced. But this eventually did sell for $25. This is another one of those Pioneer RT707 reel-to-reel tape decks. Printed off a manual for it. I actually got this for free just by inquiring at a garage sale if there was any stereo equipment inside, and they said they had some, and they basically just gave it to me. I've sold almost everything but this. I really like these reel-to-reels. I've had a number and sold a number of these, generally around $500 to $1,000. And this one I had priced at $700 with a best offer, and I'm willing to take $600 for it. And then I got a best offer on Bonanza. The weird thing about Bonanza best offers is they never include the shipping. So you have to counter if you want to have some shipping included in the offer. But at $680 offer, I know it wasn't going to ship cost $80 to ship this. So I went ahead and took that. So Bonanza came through last week. Really finished off a good week while I was on vacation. I used to fish as a kid, but I don't know that much about fishing equipment. This is a Silstar Pinnacle T2. It's supposed to be the world's smallest spinning reel. And I'll pick this kind of stuff up if it's free or really cheap. This sold for $25. Took about 3 or 4 weeks. This is an ornate wall clock that I picked up about a year ago. I didn't put it up for sale until about 6 months ago. It's sort of a wrought iron look. You could say Starburst if you want to. It's made by Welby. It's a common clock design, actually. I've seen these quite a few times. And it's really not my style. I love Starburst clocks, but this one I let go for $80. Another mailbox, wall mount type box. Apparently you could put a little lock in there, and then the top part for letters opens up. I'm finding a lot of mailboxes this summer, and this one was just $1 at a garage sale and sold for $30. I sold these little Mustang Johnny Lightning cars as a lot of 9 different styles of Mustangs, and this 9 sold for $30. This is a shortwave band radio. It's all on its original packing. I'll show it to you on the computer here. And it's an MFJ, which apparently is a pretty well-known brand made in America. This is an older one, and this one sold for $60. I collect records all summer long at garage sales, picking them up usually in lots, so I never pay more than a quarter, 50 cents a piece for them. But I don't like selling them on eBay just because it's such a tedious operation, even though I could probably get $5 or more a piece for these. These are all 70s and 80s rock and roll, country rock, blues, and jazz. No orchestral or mood music in this bunch. And I put them up on Craigslist, or actually on Facebook Marketplace. And I've got a line of 10 people waiting to get these. And they're getting picked up this morning, and they sold for $280.